You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
We are live, folks, from Reiner Sports Complex. A beautiful Friday afternoon for some action. The Ball State Cardinals play host to the Longwood Lancers. Good afternoon, folks. I'm Roen, Elbert, joined by my partner Sam Egan today. And Sam, what a beautiful day for field hockey.
Yeah, absolute gorgeous day here at Reiner Sports Complex, and couldn't have a better day here.
And now we go into the introductions. Let's go over the starting lineups for both teams. For the Cardinals, it's a little bit different from what we've seen, but Jenna Wickoff, Emma Hilton, Emma Van Hall, Grace Clokey in the lineup as well, along with Lauren Lewis, Paloma Gomez-Renjifo, Jessica Rochat, Maya Gwynn, Nadia Bradell, and at goalkeeper, a mainstay, Hannah Johnston. And for you, Sam, Hannah Johnston, she's been great all year. What's the key to success today for the Cardinals to just put her in the best position possible?
The best position for her is to not face as many shots as she has. She's had an unbelievable year, but for Johnston, there's really only so much you can do when essentially you're throwing the fire. 64 saves this year, averaging 8 saves a game, which is an incredible feat, don't get me wrong, but it also shows the amount of shots that she's had to face, allowing 20 goals as well this season.
Yep, and now for Longwood, Madison Wiley out there with Ireland McDermott. Remember, McDermott, all-MAC second team last season, and she's continuing off of that with a great season this year. It's Zoe Tierney out there with Matea Vest, Kinsey Waddle, and then you got the Louisville transfer in Jane Ramsey. Then you have Kara O'Byrne, Caitlin Caraway, Madison Hyatt, a transfer from Richmond, Hunter Page Johnson, and the goalkeeper, a freshman in Sophia Moljik. As we're about to go into the national anthem, we'll be right back, folks, on SportsLink Digital Radio.
Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and
Best
Centennial.
stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports. Follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search at BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the work.
Welcome back, folks, from Reiner Sports Complex. We are getting ready to get started here, and the Ball State Cardinals now a 1-7 record on the season. Obviously not the start you want to get off to, and for Longwood, 3-5. Sam, both teams looking to bounce back. What's it going to take for both of these teams to just get back in the winning column?
And for both teams, it's about garnering the momentum early. If you can get on top of momentum and just carry that over for all 4 quarters, that is huge. Got to start off early and got to start off hot. And for the Ball State offense, they got to get Emma Van all involved.
Absolutely, and that they've really done all season. They've done that at, an elite rate. Have the 8 goals the Cardinals have scored this year. Van Hall, she has 4 of them, and she has 36% of their points. That is quite alarming. And if you're looking at the stat total again, Van Hall, she has the most shot attempts from either team today. 18 shot attempts on the season, 22% she's shooting. The Cardinals in black today, the Lancers in white on a beautiful sunny Friday afternoon. Ball State looking for their first home victory of the season. Longwood on the road, they are 1-1. Not a lot of experience playing on the road this year. Ball State, they're kind of road warriors at this point. They once had a 2-week span without even coming back to Reiner Sports Complex. We're about to get started here, folks.
And looking forward to it here, Roen. It's going to be a great matchup between 2 teams that are just trying to get their footing right back on the right foot. One of them is going to have to come out on top, but interesting to know here, at least for both teams, and this was something I highlighted in my notes, 14 in-state players here for the Lancers and 0 for the Cardinals.
Absolutely, and we are underway. Jane Ramsey loses it. Ball State now has it from their own 25. It's Nadia Burdell inside her own D. Lauren Lewis had it, and her pass on the far side goes out of play. Just a little bit too much mustard on that. A free hit for the Lancers.
And something Ball State has to limit, the turnovers and just controlling the ball.
Absolutely, that is the key for sure. Now O'Bairn just outside the D. She loses control. Ball State yet again in possession. Jessica Rochat, and she juggles it, and it goes out of play. It will be a free hit for the Cardinals. Rochat looking to inbound on the far side, and she absolutely rockets it towards the Ball State bench. Out of play again, a free hit now for Longwood. If you're just now tuning in, we got 14 minutes left in the first period, all knotted up at 0 as you would expect. Now inside the D, it's Longwood. Inside, a shot attempt, Johnston trips. Here's the shot, and she rejects one. First save of the day for Hannah Johnston. It goes out of play on the near side. And Zoe Tierney, she had a great opportunity there, but Johnston able to get a hand to it. Now on the end line, it's Wiley, and Ball State able to get a free hit. It goes out of play on the end line. Now Nadia Burdell takes over for the Cardinals.
Yeah, there's a great save there from Johnston. Just kept the ball in front of her, and it was a tough move having a one-on-one with the attacker, and fortunately for her, she just kept it in front of her and was an easy save.
Across the timeline, it's Paloma Gomez Rengifo. She passes back to Emma Hilton, and she's able to push it on the far side. Goes out of play yet again for the Cardinals. I'm noticing a common theme here, Sam.
Yeah, it was a costly turnover right there. And that one right there, just a miscommunication. Looked like they were just trying to communicate back and just kept running.
Now Burdell picks it off on the near side, picking off Kinsey Waddle, the senior. And a free hit awarded to the Cardinals. It looks like a little stick-to-stick contact. And Tierney picks it off Burdell on the pass inbound. Now on the far side, Hunter Page Johnson has it taken away by Maya Gwen. Gwen in a double team. And another free hit will be awarded for the Cardinals. Looked like some obstruction there.
Great play there from the Cardinals to force obstruction right there. And if I'm the Cardinals offense, they've been going to the left side for the majority to start this game. I want them to start going to the right side to start attacking that freshman making her first start collegiately in Caitlin Caraway.
Now, Lauren Lewis has it. Lauren Lewis, also a freshman. She started in every game she's appeared in, which is 8 to this point, 8 out of 9 games. You can tell Caitlin Walsh trusts her freshman in Lauren Lewis.
And what to note about Lewis, one of the 7 international players on this Cardinals squad, so bringing in players from all aspects of life with obviously not having the aspect of being able to recruit in-state.
Yeah, that definitely does play a factor. And a whistle blown on the near side. It'll be a free hit for the Cardinals. Rachel Bond has it. Now it's Nadia Burdell. Burdell passes back across the timeline, back to Lauren Lewis at the 50. Now to the far side. Goes across, and it goes all the way to the end line. Nobody home on the long pass for Ball State. Right there, that was Jessica Rochat. Now a free hit awarded to Longwood. They go back to former All-MAC second team Ireland McDermott. She had the game-winning goal against Ball State last year, if you recall.
It was a thrilling game in Farmville last year that concluded in the victory for the Lancers 3-2. You mentioned that game-winning goal from Ireland McDermott. Just a high-scoring, high-action-packed offensive affair, and we'll see if we can get similar fireworks today.
Absolutely. The last 2 matchups between these 2 teams have ended in a 3-2 score as we have a pass on the far side. They tried to go across the timeline, but Van Hal was able to get a hand on it. Ball State has it back. It's Rachel Bond. And Rachel Bond, she had a game-winning goal herself against Longwood back in 2022. Now Emma Van Hal in a bit of trouble, loses it. Whistle blown, like a little stick-to-stick contact. The freshman Mattia Vest got a hold of it. It'll be a free hit, though, for Longwood. Ireland McDermott has it from her own 25. Goes toward the far side. Ball State gets it back, though. Now Van Hal, you know, when she's got the ball on stick, you know it can be dangerous.
She's the most dangerous attacker on this Ball State team. You get the ball on her stick, and there's damage to be done.
Approaching 10 minutes left in the first period, still knotted up at 0. Ball State has it across the timeline, pushes it far. Paloma Gomez Renjifo on the far side, approaching the D. Will she get inside? She will. Ball State an opportunity to score inside. Gets tripped up, and it's far right. Wide right. The Cardinals had an opportunity, but it looks like they could be awarded with a penalty corner here. And Jenna Wickoff got tripped up as she was trying to score.
I think it's going to be... See what the call is here on the field. Might be a penalty corner, as you mentioned, Roen, but...
It's still a little bit of confusion. Both teams huddling up.
I think it might be a penalty shot.
It could be. It looks like we're going to have one-on-one, a penalty stroke. It's very rare to see this. Emma Van Hal against Sophie Moljik.
Prime opportunity to score here. I mentioned best attacker.
One-on-one, and it's good. Ball State, a 1-0 lead early. 9:10 left in the first period. And it's the usual suspect right there. Emma Van Hal with her 5th goal on the season.
And I mentioned in the pregame, the experience for the Cardinals might be what is the key to getting them their first victory, both at home and in the MAC. There was a freshman in Caraway who got charged with that penalty corner foul and led to a penalty shot foul, and Emma Van Hal, who I mentioned just moments ago, the best attacker on this squad here, and you put the ball on her stick, danger is going to happen, and especially in a one-on-one from 5 feet away, that shot's almost automatic for her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The last time Ball State had an opportunity like this, you have to go back to opening day against St. Francis. If you remember, that was a heartbreaking double overtime loss. Now, Jane Ramsey has it at midfield for Longwood, and we are set to go back underway. Ball State just taking a 1-0 lead over the Longwood Lancers.
Van Hal extends her team lead goals from 4 now to 5, and it's just been an unbelievable year for Van Hal on the offensive end.
Yeah, nobody even close in that tally as well. I mean, 3 other players have scored goals for Ball State, but it's all tied at 1. Cardinals have it back, though, at their attacking 25, a free hit on the far side. Cardinals have it, looking to penetrate yet again. Able to get a stick to it, though. It's Hunter Page Johnson for Longwood. Cardinals have it back, though. They go back to Lauren Lewis in between the 50 and the 25. She goes back across the timeline to Nadia Burdell, the senior from Baltimore. Rachel Bond unable to get a stick to it as well. It's taken away by the Lancers. It's Waddle, now Wiley on the near side. Burdell guarding her, attacking at the 25, approaching the D. Now in the shooting circle, gets tripped up, and it goes out of play towards the end line. And it looks like Ball State will get possession of this ball as we approach the 8:30 mark in the first period. The Cardinals with a 1-0 lead.
That's an experience from the Cardinals right there. Nadia Burdell, the senior out of Baltimore, Maryland. And initially she got beat off the jump. Wiley had the edge at first, and Burdell just caught up to her right away and just forced a deflection out of play and led to Ball State getting the possession. That was a huge play there for Burdell to stop any chance of an opportunity.
Now here we are on the near side. Longwood has it. Now back to Ireland McDermott. McDermott pushes it towards the far side, just gets past her teammate there in Hunter Page Johnson. We saw McDermott with a bit of a high arcing pass, just skipping it over. Now Burdell pushes it over to Lewis. Lewis from her own 25. Dribbles from right to left, now goes back across the pitch to Burdell. Wiley able to get a hand on it, and it's body-to-body contact. Cardinals the free hit. Rachel Bond now with it. And Waddle, the senior, with a takeaway. Bond takes it right back. And it goes out of play on the near side. Ball State has a free hit opportunity yet again. They lead 1-0 here with about 7:20 left in the first period.
So, Roen, it looked initially as Longwood maybe had a bit of the momentum to start off. First 2 or 3 minutes, it was all Longwood, and seemingly the last probably 7 minutes or so, it's been all Ball State, so looking to carry that momentum into the rest of the period.
Yep, now on the near side, it's Rachel Bond, again guarded by Waddle. That crushing defense, that's a matchup to keep an eye on for as another free hit awarded for Ball State. That is definitely a key matchup to look at, as Waddle has been on Bond pretty much all day, and a skipping pass. Ball State able to get it at the 25. Stick to stick, trying to go inside. It's Michaela Granny. And it goes out of play on the end line.
Granny just checked in. A couple substitutions for both Ball State and Longwood here midway through the first.
Now, pardon me, that was Julia Verratti. Yeah, we see a couple substitution. Emma Van Hall left the game. Michaela Granny is on that sideline, though. We did see her in warm-ups. She has played once this year. Remember, MAC Defensive Player of the Year. That was Julia Verratti, though.
Paloma Gomez-Renhefo also checks out, along with Grace Clokey, Jenna Wickoff, and Maya Gwynn.
Now Bond skips it across inside the D. Verratti has it. Now Ball State, a shot attempt, and it looks like it'll be a penalty corner for the Cardinals, their first of the day. And that's huge, considering in their last game against Michigan State, only 2.
Roen, I'm going to tell you this. Sometimes it's a little tough to tell with stick-to-stick contact. Right there, you could hear that from all the way up in the booth. That one is as obvious as it comes.
Oh, yeah, you can hear the crack on it for sure. Emma Hilton will inbound on the left side. Ball State with an opportunity to take a 2-point lead with 5:52 left in the first period, looking for that early advantage.
Verratti, Ren Russell, Summit, Detizo, all in for the Cards.
Here we go. Hilton looks back. 5 in the cage for the Lancers, including the freshman goalkeeper in Sophia Moljic. Hilton looks to her right. She's ready to fire it in. Top of the D, Cardinals have it. Here's the shot. It's a high arcing shot, goes well over the cage and out of play. The masks come off and Longwood has possession.
I think Graney might have gotten a deflection on that at the front end as well and led to a really good opportunity, but you mentioned that one spiraled well above the net and almost onto the soccer pitch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And with that back fencing area, that would have to be pretty high. Under 5:30 to go, though.
Takes a really good poke to get it over that. Got probably 3/4 of the way up.
Now McDermott towards the far side for Longwood. From their own 25, Verratti with the crushing defense. Ball State unable to get it back, though. A free hit awarded a little bit of obstruction on that play. Now towards the far side, approaching the 50. The Cardinals have it back on that far side. Now towards the 25, inside the shooting circle, and McDermott with the takeaway. Whistle blown, though. And it looks like we're going to have yet another penalty corner. That's just unfortunate for Longwood. Ball State penetrating there just barely inside the shooting circle, but a penalty occurs inside the shooting circle. You know it's a penalty corner. Ball State already with 2 penalty corners in the first period.
Yeah, a lot of freshmen out there for Longwood, including their goaltender. Not the one who made the foul on that play, but a couple of freshmen making some critical errors here early on, and that's Ball State showing their experience. Came in with a lot of penetration on that rush, had a ton of momentum, and created just a frantic defensive setup for the Longwood Lancers and led to a corner.
Now inbounding, it's Nadine Lopes.
Newly checked into the game for Emma Hilton.
Yep, Granny, her shot did get through. It sure did. Welcome back, Michaela Granny. Cardinals lead 2-0.
I think that might have been Maddie Summit who got that goal. Michaela Granny with a great shot, deflected right off the freshman goaltender in Muljic, and nothing she could really do there. Went right to the stick of Summit, and just an easy tap in, and Ball State doubles their lead from 1-0 to 2-0.
There you go. Cardinals double it just like that.
Maddie Summit, her first goal of the season, all MAC last season, was Summit. Washington, New Jersey native, puts herself on the board and extends that Cardinals lead to 2.
Yep, that is huge now. Under 5 minutes to play in the first period. Ball State now leads 2-0, just what the doctor ordered. And when you're looking for your second win of the season, you need that for sure. A high scoop shot from Ramsey at the 50 gets into the sticks of Ball State. Far side, Lopes fighting for it, unable to get to it quite, but the Tizio draws a penalty corner, but Longwood has it on the penalty corner. Now at the 50, towards the far side, skips it across to McDermott. Now on the near side, it's Caraway making her first start of the season. Now you got Ireland McDermott, like we mentioned earlier, a lot of history with Ball State, and it's going to take, I'm not going to say a miracle, but it's going to take quite a bit of work if they want to get to a point where they could be in a tight ball game with Ball State, but still only 2 points separate these teams.
You mentioned 3-2 in the last 2 times these two teams have faced, with the home team coming out on top 3-2 in both matchups here. And if Longwood wants to win this one 3-2, they're going to have to hold Ball State for the rest of the game and get 3 more of their own somehow. And it's been a struggling offense for them so far, so they got to find some type of hole in this Ball State defense, which right now in those first few minutes have been flawless.
And for the Cardinals, the big addition as it goes out of play on the far side, 50, Ball State has it on a free hit. Michaela Granny, that's such a big addition to have her. Only her second game playing, as she was dealing with a bit of an injury all season. But it's great to have the graduate student back from Cape Town, South Africa. It's really big to have her back, especially considering MAC Defensive Player of the Year last year. First in the MAC in defensive saves.
Yeah, absolutely critical piece for this Ball State team. One of 2 currently from South Africa on the Cardinals. They've had plenty of South African players come through here at Briner Sports Complex, and another one to add to the legacy here. And, I mean, her shot's the reason that there was a goal for Ball State to begin with. Stick contact right there. Sorry to steal your thunder there, but that one, I'm sure the crowd might could probably pick up on that.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely hear that for sure. I mean, we've seen that quite a bit today. That's kind of been Longwood's Achilles heel. Now Granny has it at the 50. Shoots for the far side. Ball State now has it inside their own attacking zone. Rochat now penetrating inside the 25, and it skips through to the end line.
So going back to that Maddie Summit goal, only her 3rd career point, her first career goal in her 3 years at Ball State as a forward. So congratulations to Maddie. Someone go get that ball.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That will be hung up in whatever trophy case she may have in the house. Now far side, and a free hit awarded to Longwood right now. And a 2-0 Ball State lead. Under 2 minutes to play in the first period. The Lancers looking to get some momentum, considering right now 2 points, not a huge deal, but momentum definitely in the Cardinals' favor, especially at home, as we have some stick-to-stick contact. Ball State gets it back. Nadia Burdell, they call that on Wiley. Cardinals advance now towards the far side, approaching from the 25. It's 2-on-1, and Longwood gets it back just on the edge of the end line. Picking it up, it's Madison Hyatt, the graduate student, her sister Megan on the team as well. Nadine Lopes inside the D now for Ball State. She does have a goal on the season, but she loses control, and Hunter Paige Johnson with the takeaway. Free hit awarded, though. Longwood has it on the far side. Goes across the D. It's Hyatt. Now you go back to Caraway. Caraway to McDermott. Just right behind her is her freshman goalkeeper, Moljik. And it's so incredible what she's been able to do as a freshman to earn that starting job over a junior and a graduate student.
Yeah, and I mean, she's had a good game so far. It's been a lot of chances for Ball State so far. And for Moljik, honestly, those 2 goals, that's not her fault. Obviously, one being a penalty shot, you're not going to have much of a chance on that one. And the other one was just a deflection that ended up right on the stick of Summit. Right place, right time, but got some loose change.
15 seconds left in the first period. Longwood trying to advance, trying to get some momentum intended for Ramsey, but Burdell takes it up. Burdell across the timeline. 10 seconds left in the first period now. Ball State with a 2-0 lead. Tries to get Clokey on the far side. Just misses her out of play. And that will bring us to the end of the first period. The Cardinals getting hot early. They have an early 2-0 lead over the Longwood Lancers. You are listening to SL Digital Radio.
Just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least 1 mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
We are back, folks, approaching the start of the second period. The Ball State Cardinals lead 2-0 over the Longwood Lancers. I'm Roen Elbert, joined by Sam Egan. And right now for Ball State, 2-0 advantage early. And I think the main key to success is, 1, a penalty stroke. Emma Von Hall with the score. And then on the other end, Julia Verratti was able to score off the penalty corner. Michaela Graney kind of assisted her. Obviously great to have her back, but right now Ball State a 2-0 lead. This is a situation we really haven't seen them in since the St. Louis game. That game ended up going to overtime. So Sam, what's it going to take for Ball State to stay hot?
They just got to keep doing what they're doing. Obviously, they've had some great defense, and obviously that's led, by the way, by their freshman out of England and Lauren Lewis. And she's second on the team in minutes despite her only being a freshman, so that shows the impact she's had. But other than Lewis, it's just been all veteran leadership, a lot of grad students, a lot of seniors making big plays. And you mentioned Verratti now getting credit with the goal. The sophomore out of Williamstown, New Jersey, the sophomore gets her first goal of the season and career.
Ball State, a big-time situation to be in right now. They have it at the 25. Now across the timeline, Gomez Rengifo loses control. Now it's Hunter Paige Johnson on the far end of the field. Now they give it to Mattia Vesta, freshman. Now Tierney has it at the 50. Now on the near side, it's Caraway, the freshman, guarded by Wickoff. Now Van Hall has it.
They've gotten away with some stick-to-stick contact right there.
Now they go approaching on the 25, far side. Kara O'Bairn. And the one thing about O'Bairn that's interesting, 4 goals last season for Longwood, a lot of key contributors, and goes out of play on the end line, but it looks like we'll have Longwood with a penalty corner, their first of the day.
And that's how they get back in this game. They control the zone. They get those penalty corners. Maybe they luck into a penalty shot of their own, but just got to force any shot on net, and getting penalty corners is a key to success, and they got to keep finding a way to get these penalty corners.
Yeah, and that was huge for Michigan State against Ball State last Sunday. 18 penalty corners for the game. That game ended up ending in a double overtime win for the Spartans. Ball State so close to a Big Ten victory.
Had that one last year against IU here at Briner Sports Complex. It was a big game where Cardinals flew the flag.
Now McDermott, her shot inside. Ramsey rejected, goes back to it. Johnston off the leg. Ball State with a takeaway. Can they get control? And a whistle blown. Hannah Johnston kicking that ball away, and Longwood will be rewarded with yet another penalty corner after the fact.
Another chance at an opportunity. As I mentioned, this is what they have to do. Not just get one shot on that. There was a great opportunity, pass to the shot, and it was a good opportunity. It's just tough to get anything past the brick wall that is Hannah Johnson.
Indeed, under 14 minutes left in the first half. Waddle has it, loses control. Ball State gets it back on a free hit.
That's worst case scenario for the Lancers right there. You put yourself in another prime opportunity to at least get a shot on net, and anything happens. We saw what happened with Granny. He just put a shot on net and wound up in a deflection and a goal. There were so many people in front of the net for Ball State that just wound up, whether it was Variety or whether it was Summit, someone was going to get that goal, and Longwood's got to try and find that same fortune.
Wait a minute. Longwood had it back on a free hit. McDermott now has it. She gives the Vest at the top of the 25 on their attacking end. She goes behind her at the 50. Longwood moving from right to left. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a beautiful sunny day today, but a few clouds coming into the area. Approaching 13 minutes left, and Ball State with the takeaway on the near side. It's Rachel Bond, Paloma Gomez, Renjifo, one graduate student to another, moving from right to left, dribbles pass inside the D, goes to her left. Here's the shot from Wickoff, and it's kicked away. Ball State does get it back. It's Clokey who had a goal against Michigan State, and a tomahawk hit that is hit away out of play.
I think Gomez Renjifo may have had Wickoff right there on a pass and see what could have happened right there, but nonetheless, Ball State will get the ball at the 25.
Yep, Emma Hilton, she goes towards the near side to Burdell. Burdell trying to get inside the D, but Waddle gets a stick to it. Now on that near side, Longwood working. It's Jane Ramsey from Australia, the Louisville commit. She's got the angle on Lewis, and inside the D, whistle blown. And it's a free hit to Longwood. They weren't quite in that penalty corner or that penalty shootout area yet. Now Waddle goes inside towards the end line. She was kind of walking that tightrope. Whistle blown, and Longwood will be awarded with yet another free hit as we're approaching the 12-minute mark in the second period, where Ball State leads 2-0 over the Lancers.
Going back to Ramsey, had 2 goals in each of her first 2 seasons at Louisville. The Louisville transfer coming in, and she's had a pretty good role here in Longwood. 2 goals on her season to at least start off, so matching her goal total in her first 2 seasons and looking to expand upon that, maybe break that total here today.
Yep, Madison Wiley stepped out of bounds on the end line, but Longwood gets it back, though, inside the 25. Hunter Page Johnson has it on the far end, guarded by Clokey. She goes with the right hand, now goes back behind her to Hyatt. Hyatt looking for Tierney. Ball State takes it away. And a high hopper, and it goes right back to Hyatt, but Hyatt loses control on the far end, unable to get her stick to that ball. Ball State gets possession on a free hit with 11 minutes left in the second period.
And there's Tierney causing some tyranny on the defensive.
Hey, that was clever.
Thank you.
I mean, you got to give your guy credit every now and then.
It's what builds chemistry.
Absolutely. Whistle blown as Ball State had it on that near end, but looked like Longwood just got a stick to it before it went out of play. Lauren Lewis has it from her own 25, just on the outside of the D. Now it's back to Lewis. Lauren Lewis, I mean, she's been a true workhorse for this Cardinals team. 8 starts, 8 games played as a true freshman. Goes out of play off of the body of Kinsey Waddle. Now Waddle picks it up, and she takes it to the 25, and we are ready to get started yet again. Approaching the 10-minute mark as Longwood looks to cut Ball State's 2-0 lead in half. They go back all the way towards the 50. Ireland McDermott loses control, but right there, right place, right time, it's Mattia Vest. Now Caraway on the near side. Rachel Bond has it. Bond to Renhefo on the fast break, looking to go coast to coast with it. Right to left and left to right inside the D. Middle of the D, loses control, but they call it kick ball that time around. That's what the official points towards.
What a nice initial move there from Gomez. Renhefo just had the defender almost on skates. I know it's not ice hockey, but had her on a set of skates almost.
Yeah, just great stick handling overall from the Cardinals. And another free hit awarded. It was 2-on-1, it looked like at that point. Bit of obstruction. McDermott has it for the Lancers. Tries to go on the far side, loses it. Ball State has it back. It's Renhefo. Juggled away. Cardinals and Lancers both on it. Inside, Renhefo tries to go back. And Longwood, another turnover. Now on the far side, and another turnover again. Goes out of play. That pass intended for Kara O'Byrne.
Just getting really sloppy right now from both sides, but right now Ball State still at the advantage 2-0 here as they still seek their first home and MAC win here at Brandon Sports Complex on the 2024 season.
Yeah, the last Ball State home victory, you have to go back to that thrilling win over IU, like you mentioned, but their last conference win, September 22nd, 2023, against Central Michigan. Longwood on the free hit inside their D. They go on the near side, and Caraway just lets it go past her. Ball State free hit opportunity. Rachel Bond with it. Goes right to left, back to her right, loses it, but still able to get a stick back on it. She keeps possession and hits it right into Vest. And did not go quite above the knee. Ball State does keep it. If it did go above the knee, that could have been deemed dangerous. Van Hall loses it, but Rachel Bond, right place, right time. Ball State still trying to penetrate that shooting circle, but Zoe Tierney was able to get a hand on it. The masks are going to come on, though, as Ball State, they have a penalty corner opportunity yet again. You know exactly what happened the last time Ball State scored.
And we'll see if they can get that opportunity again. Just force the ball on net, see if you can get another deflection, and love how this offense has just been penetrating all game long, not putting the pedal off the gas.
Not at all. Pedal to the metal for the Cardinals. Emma Hilton looking to inbound. Ball State with 6 atop the D. 5 in the cage for the Lancers. Hilton sends it up top. Here's the shot. Van Hal inside. Hilton, a shot attempt. Wick off. It's rejected off the leg of Moljik. It's a sea of black in there. Ball State, can they get it back? It looks like it's going to go to the end line. A bit of a struggle for Wickoff, but Longwood gets it back. Great defense there by Caitlin Caraway, the true freshman for the Lancers.
Unbelievable save there from the freshman in Moljik, and she was fired up after making those sequence of saves. She knows how huge that sequence of events was. A 3-0 lead, that's more than likely going to be something that you can't dig yourselves out of, but still keeping it at 2-0 and putting your offense in a chance to maybe get some goals. Of course, now they force a turnover, and Ball State gets it right back.
Michaela Granny, as Ball State had it back on a free hit. A bit of trouble looking for Nadine Lopes, but Ball State's able to get a free hit. Again, those sticks, they keep colliding. 7 minutes left in the second period. Ball State holding on to a 2-0 lead over their MAC rival Longwood.
We've mentioned the 7 international players from Ball State, 3 for Longwood on that side, one of them being Moljik, and she has been phenomenal, a huge pickup in the 2023 or 2024 recruiting class.
Out of play off of the stick of Caitlin Caraway for Longwood. She was in a bit of a struggle right there with Maddie Summit. Now Nadia Burdell passes it back to Michaela Granny. Tries to go upfield, but Zoe Tierney is able to get a stick to it and draws a free hit off of Nadine Lopes.
So for our avid Ball State sports watchers here, some of them may be a little bit confused that this is a MAC matchup. Longwood, obviously only a MAC member in field hockey here in the Mid-American Conference, but Longwood's been a member in this conference since 2009. Only one conference championship game appearance that came back in 2016, a 3-2 loss to Miami, Ohio.
Yeah, Longwood, they are 10-5 against Ball State since 2009. Maddie Summit with it, tries to go inside the shooting circle, looking, and she just misses Verratti on that right side. Just a little bit wide right, goes to the end line. Under 6 minutes to play.
Had a couple neutral site games, but in the 7 games they've played at Longwood, Longwood has dominated on their home blue turf. They are 5-2 on that venue. A lot of field hockey turfs, especially at the professional level, you'll see that blue turf, but obviously Ball State having that more of a teal turf, and it's huge for them because they can water the turf as can Longwood, and you can't host conference tournaments if you can't have a field that can't get watered.
Yeah, and also the key advantage to that is if it rains, it really doesn't do much, you know?
Yeah, it's one of the few sports where you can play with rain.
Yeah, Ball State.
It's almost better with rain.
Yeah, Ball State definitely did that last Sunday against Michigan State. It was an absolute downpour in the Muncie area. Caraway on the near side loses it. Maddie Summit in a struggle, and the stick colliding with Summit. It was a stick-to-body contact that time around. And another free hit awarded, this time to Longwood. Caitlin Caraway making her first career start today for Longwood. It's interesting considering that I don't think I've really even seen her get subbed out once today.
She has not been subbed out once today. Great point that you made up there, Roen, excuse me. And the one thing that I will say about that is they have been attacking the right side a lot with her. And at least on that deflection, obviously one came off the penalty corner, one came off a penalty shot. Not really much you can do there, but showing that she's trying to get some experience, trying to put herself in the right position, and unfortunately she's gotten herself in some sticky situations, and that penalty shot was costly.
Now Jane Ramsey, the former Louisville Cardinal, playing against the Ball State Cardinals, and it's taken away by Batizio. Inside the D, it's kicked away towards the left side. Sophia Moljik, a big-time save for the Lancers. Ball State almost made it a 3-0 ball game right there. A very quick, fast break opportunity.
Prime opportunity for the Cardinals there. They had numbers, and if you're Moljik, you got to be a little bit frustrated that you're facing all these shots, and there's only so much you can do.
Exactly. The two scores that have been on her were off of a penalty corner and a penalty stroke. And if you're new to the field hockey world, I mean, that's just rare to see, especially for Ball State. We really haven't seen that since opening day with a penalty stroke. Cardinals have it back.
Really set the tone for the ball game, Roen, and from there, Cardinals have just been rolling.
Exactly. I mean, that just sucks the momentum out of the team, especially early.
I mean, Farmville, Virginia is not close, Roen.
Oh, yeah, that could be a long bus ride back.
It's a long trip back. So, I mean, when you have that long trip, sometimes you just you're either jet lagged or you come off and you're ready to go. And at least for Longwood, they came out a little flat to start out.
Now Grace Clokey with it. Katie McGow, actually, I'll correct myself there. She's down one knee on the near side, and Longwood awarded with the free hit. Hyatt and Emma Hilton right there with the takeaway. Goes between the legs at her own 25. A high scoop shot, not deemed dangerous, but Caitlin Caraway juggling it. And look at that great stick work.
That's phenomenal. That takes great poise, IQ. I mean, that is not easy keeping. I mean, it's not easy to keep a puck on a stick. You keep a round ball on your stick for that long and be able to just juggle it, have that amazing stick control. Unbelievable effort there from Callaway, and see why the freshman's making her first start here today.
Yeah, Caraway, she was one of those in-state recruits from Virginia. She was first-team all-region in high school out of Thomas Dale High School in Virginia.
One of 14 players from Virginia. Obviously, having that in-state pipeline is huge in field hockey, with field hockey being so prominent in Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Virginia, their home state.
Yep, Hunter Page Johnson, she loses it on the far side. And the Johnsons, as we have a substitution made, the Lancers coming in, they have Maria Pappas. It's her third game on the season. Every game up until now, she has started and played. So now her third game played, but did not start today. But yeah, the Johnsons, they are actually one of two pairs of sisters on the Longwood team, but they're inside the D. Wiley has it. It's 2-on-1. Looking to pass back, perhaps. Now she tries to tomahawk it inside. Ramsey inside. Burdell with the takeaway before it could even get to Johnson. Nadia Burdell with a heads-up play for Ball State as we approach 1 minute left in the first half. The Cardinals holding on to a 2-0 lead.
And you mentioned the Johnson sisters, the one of two pairs of sisters on this team, the other being the Hyatts. But building off that, obviously the Johnsons went to high school together. Not just that, Kara O'Barron was also a member of that Gloucester High School team, and I'm sure you're going to be shocked to hear this, Roen, with them having 3 Division I players on their team. They won state in 2018.
I mean, that's just expected at that point. I'd be disappointed if they didn't. 40 seconds left on that far side. Ball State, a free hit opportunity. The question is, can they make this a 3-0 ball game?
I'm sure the Longwood players are probably going to like that I'm going to say this, but Virginia is the toughest place to win a state championship when it comes to field hockey. I know it's not as, popular and doesn't have as many opportunities in other states as opposed to like basketball, baseball, football, but it's still, in my opinion, the toughest state to win a state championship in, at least for the sport of field hockey.
Emma Hilton juggling it from her own 25. Free hit awarded for Ball State. Under 10 seconds to go. And the Cardinals will not score here. And that continues an unfortunate streak as we head into halftime. Ball State, all season, yet to score a goal in the second period. How about that?
I mean, the good news for them is they got 2 in the first period, so it really didn't affect them all that much. So, although, yes, you would have loved to get that third goal, and they had some great opportunities to do so. It wasn't for a lack of opportunities. It was just Muljic was that much better in that second quarter there. And for the Cardinals, they just got to find improvement, at least try and find an opportunity where they can score off an attack and not off penalty corners or penalty shots. But other than that, I mean, it's just been all Ball State. 8 shots to 3. I mean, only one more corner, which seems a little bit surprising, but they've made the most of their opportunities. So that's why it seems like it's at that much larger of a number, and they've dominated the time of possession. The ball has been in their end 70% of the game, and that's why they're winning 2-0.
Yeah, and that was one of our keys to the game, Sam. It was just limiting those corners. Last week for Michigan State, 18, and for Longwood, only 2. Ball State playing very conservatively, and I think really that's the reason why they're up 2-0 right now.
Yeah, I mean, Hannah Johnson's been great. 3 shots, all of them have been on net. She stopped every single one. They haven't been easy opportunities, but as I mentioned, my key to the game, I mean, you can't have Hannah Johnson thrown in the fire. She's still on pace to have 6 saves, which is a pretty high mark, but considering the season she's had, that's a low mark for her. That may be her lowest on the season. So for Hannah Johnson, what I mentioned sounds simple. Don't throw her into the fire. Don't have her facing 10 shots a half, and if you do that, you have a recipe for success.
And that'll take us into halftime. We'll be back for the second half of action. Ball State leads 2-0. You're listening to SL Digital Radio on X and YouTube.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
American Pest
Ranked number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive car dock maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State sports with SportsLink Digital.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's. So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
For the best story.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
Ranked number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State SportsLink.
Welcome back, folks. Second half of action here at Briner Sports Complex. I'm Roen Elbert, joined by Sam Egan. The Ball State Cardinals with a 2-0 lead over the Longwood Lancers. And just to go over some first half stats, Ball State dominated from the beginning. Emma Van Hall had a penalty stroke to start the game, and that got her 5th goal of the season. And then Julia Verratti off of a penalty corner made it a 2-0 Cardinals lead. Hannah Johnston, 2 saves on the day, but both of them very impressive. One of them a kick save, but right now the main stat, Longwood held to only 2 penalty corners in a half, and you might not think that that's a great stat for Ball State, but considering that they let up 18 last week, that's huge, Sam.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is they have 8 shots, 6 shots on goal. They are just playing tremendously, and the biggest thing, that's my biggest takeaway, they are getting offense from places you wouldn't expect. I mean, Paloma Gomez-Rengifo has had a pretty solid game, but usually it's a 1-2 punch with her and Van All, and you're seeing everyone get involved. You're seeing Wyckoff get involved. You're seeing Bone get involved. You're seeing Verratti, obviously, who got that goal. Summit was at the front of the net as well, trying to force havoc. You had Graney, who had that initial shot that forced the goal. I mean, it's just been an offensive showcase from the Cardinals, from all around midfield, forwards. Sometimes you see even some defenders crashing up and helping to make a play. So it's just been what Ball State has been doing on the first 50 that has just been dominance.
Now, Paloma Gomez-Rengifo has it at the 50. Ball State a 2-0 lead as we begin the 3rd period of action here at Briner Sports Complex.
Both teams flipping sides of the field here at Briner, and got some cars passing by who get a quick glimpse of the game here at Briner as the second half gets underway.
I'd prefer they keep their eyes on the road, but
yeah, probably a good idea.
Now, Michaela Granny has it in her own D. I mean, that's just so huge again to have her back. And, I mean, almost getting the goal there. Ended up leading to Julia Verratti having it. Clokey with the pass inside, looking for Maya Gwen, gets picked off by Zoe Tierney. Tierney had the team lead in goals last year with 4. But that's another key storyline. The Lancers without Luna Prieri today, who had 4 goals on the season. I mean, just this year as a sophomore, she was all freshman honoree last year. Maya Gwen with the turnover. Ball State moving from right to left this time around compared to left to right in the first half. Ball State in black, Longwood in white today.
You mentioned Prieri. That's a huge loss from one of their 3 international players. Prieri led the team as a freshman last year in goals with 4, and already has matched that total so far in the early going of the season. We'll hope she has a speedy recovery and can be back out there for the Lancers soon.
And Granny right there with the beautiful scoop pass, and it ends up going on the far side, out of play, but not deemed dangerous. That's the one dangerous thing about that big scoop pass, is that if anyone's in that kind of 5-meter range of the recipient of it, then that could be deemed dangerous.
I think what is really dangerous about this Longwood team, at least with their international players, they all have international experience. Obviously, Prieri, who's out, is a member of the Argentinian national team. We saw Jane Ramsey have some big plays to really start getting the offense going for Longwood towards the end of that second quarter. She's a member of the Australia team. Not just that, when Team Brisbane came around, when they had the Australian National Championship, not only was she a member of that team, she was the team captain, so it really shows her leadership at the international level. And going to their goaltender, Muljic, I mean, she's just been lights out.
Longwood fast break waddled on the far end. Nadia Burdell with the takeaway. And, man, Burdell so far having a great day. Pretty much stole a goal away from Longwood. I wouldn't say a goal, but just prevented it from getting into the reach of Hannah Johnston, where Johnston, who, with her track record, probably would have had a hold of it. Van Hall with the takeaway. Now the Clokey, and right back into the grasp of the Lancers, and Molly Rothenberger, a true freshman.
Nothing's guaranteed. I mean, you could get a weird rebound, weird deflection, or the ball just finds the right person at the right time, and it could lead to a goal. So obviously you want to eliminate any shots on net, and Burdell's just done a tremendous job all day long. Has had a couple opportunities she's just taken away.
Rachel Bond with the takeaway now. Paloma Gomez-Rengifo at the top of the shooting circle. Approaches inside. Tomahawk effort. Muljic with the rejection. It's hit back in by the Cardinals. Ball State takes a 3-0 lead. The Cardinals making it look easy right now. The tip in right there. The Tomahawk effort. And Ball State able to tip it in. And On the tip-in was Jenna Wickoff. Jenna Wickoff with the tip-in, her first goal of the season.
Jenna Wickoff, you mentioned that first goal of the season for her. The Mansfield Township, New Jersey native, went to Warren Hills High School, and that was a huge first goal on the season for her. The MAC all-academic last season. She had 2 points, both of them being assists last year, and she just has been huge in the Ball State offense all game long. And, I mean, let's talk about that play from Paloma Gomez-Rengifo. Just really awkward angle, just somehow went to her opposite side, fired the ball on net, and like I said, good things happen when you put the ball on net. Just somehow managed to find Wickoff, and the senior gets her first goal on the season.
You know, that's my favorite part about field hockey, just that backhand tomahawk shot. And even if it's off the mark, Moljic did a great job getting a hand to it, but the fact that Jenna Wickoff was right there in the right place at the right time. Perfect play for Ball State. Now on the near side, walking the tightrope, Jessica Rochat playing tight defense on Kara O'Bairn, and it ends up paying off. The Cardinals get a free hit as it just went out of play. Michaela Granny now has it towards the middle of the field, now to the near side to Rochat. Rochat's picked off on the near side by the Lancers, Hunter Page Johnson. Lancers push. Van Hall with a great defensive effort. Stick to stick. Clokey gets called with it. Paloma Gomez from Rengifo from behind. She gets tripped up, loses her stick. Zoe Tierney was who she was trying to guard, but she gets it right back. And whistle's blown. Free hit for the Cardinals. She tried to pass it across the pitch to Wiley, but Nadia Burdell, who's been great defensively all day, was right there.
Yeah, I think that was just a great play there from her right there. And going back here on this Longwood team and this Ball State rivalry, I should say. Obviously, you mentioned Longwood's up in the rivalry 10-5. The winning number the last 2 years has been 3.
Now 10:30 left in the third period. Ball State with a 3-0 advantage over the Lancers. Drags it across at midfield. It's Ramsey. Ramsey juggles. Goes on the left side looking for Wiley, but nobody home except Michaela Granny. Burdell skips it across. A steamroller that's going to go all the way to the end line. That ball travels about 75 yards without anybody getting a stick to it.
It was a defensive substitution for the Ball State Cardinals while that play was transpiring. So just clear it out of the zone. Give Longwood the possession. You're up 3 goals, so obviously giving them possession isn't too detrimental. And just like that, Ball State gets the ball right back.
No, Verratti, who has the goal today. Now it's Maddie Summit at the top of the shooting circle. She gets tripped up, and it's going to be a free hit awarded to Longwood. We saw Caitlin Caraway with the tight defense. Ball State gets it right back, though. Cardinals inside, tripped up, no call. Longwood continues on. Ireland McDermott kind of tripping up. I mean, I'm not going to make accusations. Verratti, though, had a great opportunity to get inside the shooting circle, but no call there.
This is a Ball State team that has looked the best they have all year now. Obviously, Longwood's missing their best player, but regardless, Ball State has, from the top 11 to everyone coming off the bench, other than I'd say maybe the first 2 minutes of the game, they've just controlled the entire pace of the ball game.
Cardinals were looking to force it inside to Cleo Van Russell, but it just got to her left. Now across the timeline on the near side, it goes out of play. Longwood does get it back. Hunter Page Johnson, now she gives to Molly Rothenberger.
I'm going to give you a little interesting note here back on that Wickoff goal. The senior got her first goal since her sophomore year. That goal came in the opener against Lehigh all the way on September 3rd of 2022. It's been over 2 years since her last goal. Over 25 months, and finally finds the back of the net.
25 months. That's quick math right there. Christine DeTizio on the near side, walking a tightrope, able to get past 2 defenders before it's taken away by Rothenberger. Now Hyatt, Madison Hyatt gets it back, and on the near side, her pass back from Matea Vest just gets past her on the right side, and Ball State with a free hit. Rochat with a drag flick pass, and it goes right into the stick of McDermott.
Yeah, I can do the quick math here for field hockey stats and everything. Basketball, maybe not so much, a little too high for scoring.
Yeah, it could be. Van Russell looking for Summit in the shooting circle, gets tripped up, goes all the way to the end line. It's a free hit now for Longwood. Under 8 minutes to go in the third period. Ball State with a 3-0 lead over Longwood. Ball State so close to their second win of the season and their first MAC win since September of last year against Central Michigan.
It's been a long time coming, Roen, looking to get their first MAC win in a year, and would be a huge opportunity to do it in front of these fans here in a Mid-American Conference matinee here to kick off our fall break.
Absolutely. Rochat got tripped up. Ball State award with a free hit. Michaela Granny from her own 25. She pushes it on the left side. And absolutely crushed there by Madison Hyatt on the pass back. Almost hit her body, but she was able to get a hold of it before any penalty could be called. Cleo Van Russell trying to get it, but a free hit awarded at the last second for Longwood. Molly Rothenberger, with Longwood, I think the main thing for them, 7 freshmen on the roster, so much youth on this team. They have a bright future.
Yeah, just a tremendous future for this team here. And what I'm loving from this Ball State team, yes, they're rotating players in and out, but they've had a core of a few players that have been in there all game, Riddell being one of them. Obviously, Hannah Johnson, her being in net has been one of them, as well as long as Jessica Rochelle.
Detizio, fast break, looking to go coast to coast, left to right. She's got Lopes now back to Detizio at the top of the shooting circle, inside the D. Ball State with an opportunity. It goes wide left, just on the end line. Detizio loses it. She gets it right back. Here's the shot, a sea of black, and it goes wide left. Out of play. Ball State with a huge opportunity. Christine Detizio had a great chance to get her first goal of the season right there, but nonetheless, Longwood takes over with 5:55 left in the third period, where they trailed 3-0 to the Cardinals here on a sunny day at Briner Sports Complex in Muncie, Indiana.
Yeah, the Cardinals had a great look there, a lot better look than of a look I had at that play with the door blocking me, but it's a good chance for the Cardinals from what I was able to see.
Hey, I'm not complaining. He said it, not me.
Now it's kind of rolling around here. Roman free, and now finally Longwood will take possession here. And for them, if they want to get back in this ball game, they have to work quick. Only 20 minutes left here to play with, and you have to get at least one here before the end of this third period.
Nadine Lopes. Caraway was trying to get a spin move on her in between the 50 and the 25 on the attacking side, but Lopes playing tight, suffocating defense. Now on the near side behind the 50, it's Rothenberger, and out of play, Cleo Van Russell getting a stick to it. And you can see the wet turf, the water splashing up with the crack of the ball there.
Well, that's huge. It reduces the friction of the ball. It reduces the bounciness of the ball as well. Obviously, if you don't water that turf, that's why it's such a requirement for teams who want to host postseason games to have that watered turf.
Michaela Granny with the takeaway. You know she's back when she's got a takeaway. Verratti looking to push inside. Cleo Van Russell on the far side, just a few feet away from the shooting circle. Now inside to Verratti, just to her left to the end line.
So yeah, for those who've seen a field hockey ball and maybe have not grabbed it, it's not as heavy as it maybe looks. Obviously, if you feel a lacrosse ball, it's a little bit heavier than one of a field hockey ball. And obviously, with a non-watered turf, the bounciness, the friction of the ball would just make it almost unplayable for players to just get control.
Yeah, Hunter Paige Johnson just lost the ball right there on the near side, and she's kicking herself for that. She kind of hung her head in shame, was looking to spin, but was nobody there. Granny, a drag flick pass. Paige Johnson looking to redeem herself as she gets it back, passes behind her to 25. Rothenberger walking the tightrope on the near side. Maya Gwynn Garinger now back behind. It's Zoe Tierney. And it's blocked away by Maya Gwynn. Again on that near side. And also a substitution for Ball State. We have another freshman, Emma Lane Harder, entering the game.
Saw a little bit of action there towards the end of that second quarter and getting right back out there here for the end of the third and looking to keep Ball State's lead right where it's at.
Now Gwynn, penalty called on Johnson, it appears. But now they go back. Longwood will take possession.
Gwynn was a little bit confused on how that ball ended up right back in Longwood's possession. As am I a little bit up here, but nonetheless, Lancers get a chance here to at least try and cut in this deficit, which is currently at 3.
Now Pappas on the far side. Inside the 25, Wiley, she dribbled it, bounces it up, but that was a dangerous play. Ball State gets a free hit. It goes above the knee. That's when you know it's a dangerous play.
Yeah, it's not basketball, Roen. You can't dribble the ball. Although it was a really nice-looking play, it's just not legal.
Yeah, Not everyone can do it like Caitlin Caraway could. I mean, just the way she had that dribbling effort.
That was some unreal stuff.
Near side, Maya Gwynn just loses it. Now the pass in, and it gets past O'Beirne towards the end line.
Speaking of Caraway, the freshman in her first start is still out there and is yet to see the bench so far, and we'll see if she continues to play all 60 minutes.
Yep, Miranda Rigg, the head coach, she knows exactly what her true freshman can do. And a high pass above the knee. Longwood gets it back. Verratti was right there with the stop. 2 minutes left in the third period. Ball State with a 3-0 lead over the Lancers. Now Wiley has it, approaching the D on the far side, gets tripped up, no penalty. Bradell has it, looking for Verratti, and Caraway's right there, stick to stick, and the sticks kind of got stuck together right there.
There's some big-time contact from Bradell right there, but no penalty called, as you mentioned, and a huge play to, at least for the moment, stop a Longwood attack.
Now Gomez or Hifo, I should say Hilton, sorry, got tripped up. Now Longwood has it now, Rothenberger. Rothenberger looking to push inside to Tierney. Tierney, you know how dangerous she can be. 3 goals on the season.
It's right now Longwood, who hasn't even had a shot all game, and Ball State gets another free opportunity to get an opportunity.
Emma Van Hall to Paloma Gomez Renjifo on the near side. A great dribbling effort now inside. Looking to get inside the D. Looking for Wickoff. She has 1 goal today. Unable to get a second as a foul is called against Ball State.
I think some stick-to-stick contact right there for the Cardinals. For Wickoff, though, she gets past there. She has free one-on-one with the goaltender, and would have been likely a good opportunity to get her second goal of the ballgame.
A drag flick pass intended for Ramsey is picked up by Hilton. Now they go back behind to Bradell, more towards the far side, moving from right to left on the right side of the 50. Now it's Wickoff walking the tightrope on the far side. Just goes out of play. A free hit for the Lancers. 30 seconds left in the third period. It's O'Beirne for the Lancers at the 25. Goes back behind to Hyatt. Hyatt on the left side, Harder, the freshman, with a great play. Tierney has an opportunity to get inside the D and score. O'Beirne on a diving effort looking to get to Johnston, but it goes on the right side of the cage, out of play.
One may have gotten the far clip of the post, but goes well wide of the net, and Ball State's just going to try and hold this ball out and take it to the quarter. See if that gets ruled a shot on goal on. It's ruled a shot, but not a shot on net for the Lancers. So Ball State's defense, after having a 2-0 lead in the half, only got better somehow. They didn't allow a single shot on goal that entire period, Roen, and that lone shot came with just seconds to play here in that third quarter. So 45 down, 15 to go, and that last 15, Ball State was tremendous.
Yeah, that last 15 right now, it's the most important. We'll be right back after a few words. The Ball State Cardinals lead 3-0. You are listening to SL Digital Radio on X and YouTube.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State Sports with SportsLink Digital.
Welcome back, folks. About 10 seconds until we get started with the final 15 minutes of this MAC action. Ball State leads 3-0 over the Longwood Lancers. I'm Roen Elbert, joined by my partner Sam Egan. The Cardinals so far just dominating when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. And goals being scored by Jenna Wickoff, Emma Van Hall, and Julia Verratti. Ball State now, they have it to start the fourth period. They go to the far side. Now Burdell from her own 25. Longwood playing more tight defense as Ball State kind of slows the pace a bit. Now it's Gwen with it. O'Barron almost gets a stick to it, but Hunter Paige Johnson is right there to get it. Stick-to-stick contact, nothing called. Paige Johnson has it back. 25, approaching the D. Goes to her right to O'Barron, and it just goes off to her left side. And a free hit will be awarded. It looks like Ball State may have had a hold of it as Longwood gets awarded with the free hit.
And for Longwood, they have to be near perfect this period, and they're going with a press attack seemingly for the entire period because they're chasing goals and time and not a lot of it.
And near perfect indeed. They'll actually, I would say they have to go above and beyond.
That's an understatement. They have to do single thing right, and Ball State has to just not do anything right. But they have been unbelievable here on the defensive aspect and shutting down any sort of chance that Longwood has had, and just continue to try and build upon that here for this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Grace Clokey poked it away. Ball State has it back. It's Paloma Gomez or Renjifo, 2-on-1, approaching the shooting circle on the left side. Goes from left to right, gets one defender to miss. The shot lets it rip, goes off of the cage on the left side, finding nothing but wood and out of play on the end line.
Great chance, just goes wide left there for Renjifo in a 3-0 ball game. The Cardinals were looking to extend that just by one more, make it 4-0, and just continue to show their dominance here in what has been their best game all season.
We have 13 minutes left in the fourth period, 13 minutes left in the ball game perhaps, barring an overtime period, and that ball is pushed out of bounds by Waddle. Ball State has it at around the 50, gets past Burdell. Will she get back to it? Yes, she will. Ball State with a 3-0 lead.
Burdell has incredible speed. We saw her chase down Wiley earlier and pretty much stop any opportunity that could have formed, and that looked like a prime opportunity for Longwood early on in that second period, and Burdell just does a great job of showing her speed and getting to that ball.
Ball State a free hit. Emma Van Hall at the 25 goes inside the D. Clokey, a shot attempt kicked away by Moljik, the goalkeeper. Now on the near side, Hunter Paige Johnson. Maya Gwen has it going from right to left.
That's what you call a kick save right there, Roen.
Kick save indeed, her 5th on the day. Paige Johnson near side. Gomez Renjifo, suffocating defense. It's a free hit that will be awarded to Longwood. And you talked about the speed of Nadia Burdell. I think I know why. You know, she did track and field in high school back in Baltimore, so that definitely plays a factor into her speed on the pitch.
Yeah, that is an incredible factor, Roen. I mean, we've seen a lot of these athletes either do track and field. We see a lot of lacrosse backgrounds here for field hockey as well, especially with the goaltender, and I'm sure that helps out immensely having very similar style sport.
Yep, now Maya Gwen, a free hit. Ball State on their attacking 25, goes back to Rose Shaw. Now it's Emma Van Hall. Van Hall already a goal today, tries to push inside, loses control, had a great opportunity. And Wickoff trying to get it back. She has a goal herself today. Now inside, just within a few feet of the D, now back to the top. Clokey with it, and it's kicked out of bounds by Rothenberger. Looks like Ball State will take possession. It's Emma Van Hall. Van Hall goes behind her. Clokey gets bounced up, and it looked like it may have hit the leg of Rothenberger, but nonetheless, the Cardinals do retain possession inside the D. Gwynn with a great shot attempt and a stoppage in play. Ball State looked like McDermott got tripped up on that play, and that's why they are going to give Longwood a free hit.
And you mentioned the biggest thing. Ball State had possession for about a minute and a half right there, and right now our Longwood is just chasing time and chasing time and chasing time, and they don't have a lot left of it. If you're Ball State, you just wanted to keep going down, keep going down, keep going down. Now you're at 10 minutes, 45 seconds, and if you're Longwood, you essentially got to get a goal every 3 minutes.
Indeed, and I don't know how feasible that truly is, Sam. As we approach the 10:30 mark in the fourth period, Longwood a free hit now. Ball State with a 3-0 lead. Clokey with the takeaway, but Longwood gets it right back. It's Vest. Now O'Bairn approaching the shooting circle. Ball State with the takeaway. Trying to go back to Grace Clokey on the near side, but it's taken right back from Rothenberger. And the green card order, it looked like, from the official Ball State, though, they get a free hit.
Yeah, first time we've seen any sort of card all game, and it goes towards the Lancers.
Now Rochelle in a bit of trouble, goes across the pitch inside Ball State territory. It's Verratti. Verratti in a double team. What a great effort to get out of it. Ball State has it back at Summit. Now Clokey just outside the D on the near side. Tries to flick it inside with a whistle blown, a stoppage in play, a free hit for Longwood. A dangerous play from the Cardinals.
So Longwood not only has not scored 3 goals in a period all season, they also have not scored more than 3 goals in a game.
Yeah, period.
Just period. So it's going to be tough for them to climb the mountain almost with 9 minutes left, and for your Ball State, just let that time tick away. Be a huge first win here at home and in MAC play.
And Michaela Granny with a scoop shot. Sorry to cut you off, partner. Maddie Summit was right there in range, but she just couldn't get a hold of it. Now on the far end, Longwood, it's Caraway to inbound for Longwood. McDermott has it now towards the near side to Rothenberger.
Yeah, nonetheless, some incredible play here from Maddie Summit here today, and she just had a knack for the ball getting to the front of the net and just found ways to cause chaos.
Indeed she did. Under 9 minutes to play now. Cardinals holding on to a 3-0 lead. Cleo Van Russell guarding Rothenberger on the near side, 25. Longwood from their own 25. Ball State intercepts it. It's Maddie Summit. Summit guarded by Tyranny, and it just goes out of bounds on the end line. The question is, who will it go to? It will go to the Cardinals.
Another great effort there from Summit. It was going to be a really tough play for the defense in Longwood, with Ball State having some numbers quickly developing, and they're just fortunate it ends up in a corner, and we'll see if Ball State can get their second goal off a corner.
Yep, and this is the first corner for either team since the second period. Third period, no corners for either team.
Fans really starting to make some noise here. They're getting the anticipation. They're feeling that this first W here at Briner Sports Complex in 2024 can happen and will happen.
Yep, Ball State looking for the dagger here. 8:22 left in the fourth period. Cardinals lead 3-0. Emma Hilton on the inbound. 5 in the cage for the Lancers. And here we go. Hilton lets it rip. Granny lets it fly inside. Did it go underneath? Just wide left. But Ball State, they do get another opportunity here.
I don't know if Emma Hilton maybe got a deflection on that, but apparently not. She'll be the one taking the corner now and trying to set up her teammates. We saw Granny get a shot turned into a deflection and a goal for the second Ball State goal. We'll see if they can get similar fortune on a second corner in about 30 seconds, or about 10 seconds rather.
Now Hilton, another opportunity for the Cardinals. Van Russell, her shot, wide left. A great opportunity. Had it been just an inch the other way, it could have been 4-0 Cardinals.
Yeah, had the same formula that Granny had in the second period with that second corner to get it to the edge of the lot or edge of the arc and force a shot. And good opportunity at that. Just missed wide left for the Cardinals and cannot extend that lead further.
Now McDermott in a bit of a risky situation right now inside her own D for Longwood, and kind of going across your own D like they just did. Very dangerous play, but Maria Pappas has it going across the timeline at the top end of the 50. Emma Van Hall with the takeaway. Van Hall on the fast break looking to go coast to coast. She has 3 defenders on her. Spin move, tomahawk, wide left. Looked like a Longwood defender. It looked like maybe Rothenberger just barely got a stick to it. I think actually she kicked it maybe, and that's why Ball State has a penalty corner. Their third penalty corner in the last minute.
Deflected off the body right there, and that was just an unbelievable play from Van Hall. You mentioned she had 3 defenders on him, spun away from all of them, and just barely able to get just a deflection on the ball to force a corner. And it would have been another goal for Emma Van Hall. Would have been her 6th of the season, her 2nd of the game. Now she gets another opportunity to potentially get one here on the penalty corner.
The Cardinals now with Hilton on the inbound on the left side of the cage. 7:22 left in this ball game. Ball State leading 3-0 over Longwood. Hilton, her inbound, top of the D. Granny, a shot attempt, just gets through, and it's rejected. Cleo Van Russell got it back, and it's kicked away before Moljik, the goalkeeper, could even get a hold of it.
So you saw the Longwood defenders who put on the face mask whenever they have to get thrown in the fire for those corners, quickly rip them off. We saw an issue with Ball State earlier that resulted in that awkward free ball awarded to the Longwood Lancers. That was because one of the Ball State defenders just could not get their mask off in time.
Burdell taking it away from Jane Ramsey. Jane Ramsey hasn't been able to do much with the crushing defense of Ball State today. Paloma Gomez Renjifo from right to left, goes back behind, a back cut on Tierney, gets in front of her now, inside the shooting circle, guarded by McDermott. Her shot just on the left side, hitting nothing but wood and out of bounds on the end line.
And while Ball State has a really solid lead, you want to get that fourth dagger, as you'd like to say. And if they're going to get it, they have a great opportunity to do so with Longwood playing so aggressively on the offensive end, just trying to get any sort of penetration going. It forces a little bit less defensive. Like, you have a couple of defenders creep up on the offensive end, and all of a sudden, you give Ball State numbers on almost every opportunity they've had this quarter just because of how aggressive the defense has been on the offensive end.
Now, Rochelle, drag flick pass inside. It's picked off by Vest for Longwood. Now McDermott has it. McDermott looking for Madison Hyatt, the transfer from Richmond. I think it's a beautiful thing with Madison Hyatt as it goes out of play. She actually takes it out on the free hit. I think it's a beautiful thing. The fact that she came back, or just came to Longwood, due in large part to her younger sister, Megan, able to play 1 year with her.
Yeah, not just that, too, but they also are from the same hometown and were high school rivals with Zoe Tierney, but good friends playing club field hockey together growing up, so just wanting to have that connection build, at least have one more season together. Obviously, playing with your sisters, the cherry on top.
Indeed, I can't imagine what that would be like. I'm sure there are ups and downs for sure. 5:10 left in this ball game as the clock ticks. Just outside, Vest with it on that near side. Longwood looking to penetrate, goes out of bounds on the end line. Under 5 to play now. Cardinals with a 3-0 lead. Longwood, if they're going to mount a comeback, it's going to take quite a bit, Sam.
Yeah, and you mean going back on Hyatt, I mean, she started 59 of her 60 games at Richmond. So, I mean, she was getting prominent minutes there. Richmond's a really solid field hockey program. And like you mentioned, just a very selfless decision to come here to Longwood for her final season and be able to play with her sister and one of her club hockey teammates.
Burdell skeets it across, looking for Lopes, and Kinsey Waddle with the takeaway, a senior. Now she gives to Wiley on the far side, guarded by Burdell, gets past her. Tomahawk effort, trying to get inside the D before a whistle is blown. She had Jane Ramsey right where she wanted her.
And Jane Ramsey, you mentioned the captain for Team Melbourne in Australia, also a member of that Australian national team.
Wiley penetrating, lets it fly. Johnston rejects it. No admission. And it looks like that one will be going in the direction of Longwood. But Johnston right there diving to get a hold of that ball. A penalty corner for the Lancers now, but Hannah Johnston, what a great effort.
And I'm a knock on wood right now under the table. Hannah Johnston is seeking her first shutout of the season here. And with 4 minutes left, some groans in the press box. We'll see what happens here on this penalty corner.
I wasn't going to say it. I'll just put that out there.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Well, let's see what happens. Sam?
I might be getting kicked out of the press box after this,
yeah,
if this results in a goal.
If this might be your first and last time calling field hockey. Here we go, Vest inbound. The shot attempt gets past, and are you kidding me? Gets past Johnston. Longwood cuts the lead to 2. Ball State leads 3-1. Are you kidding me? Sam, I mean, you can't write this.
Announcer's curse is so real. That is unbelievable. Johnston, 4 minutes from the shutout and a penalty corner there. Just a beautiful offensive attack there from Longwood and make it a 2-goal game with 4 minutes left.
Yep, under 4 to play now. Johnston, so close. She had the rejection, it looked like, but it just rolled past her. I mean, hey, you put something out into the universe. That's just what happens.
That's exactly how it goes. But, I mean, going back to that attack there from the Lancers, I mean, I mentioned earlier that in this fourth quarter, I mean, you just got to put the ball on net and hope you get deflection. Good things will happen. I mean, this Ball State defense has been so phenomenal that it's tough to get any sort of opportunity. But if you could just get the ball on net and, like you mentioned, just forced a weird, awkward deflection, a weird rebound, and just got past Johnston to make it a 2-goal game.
Nadine Lopes off of one leg goes on the far side to Ellie Francois, making her first appearance of the ball game. Francois, so far on the season, She's only played in 4 games, now playing in her 5th, yet to start. She comes from Kirkwood, Missouri. Now on the near side, Rothenberger works for Longwood, looks for Tierney, has Tierney. Now it's Madison Hyatt. Long pass to O'Bairn, guarded by Bond on the far side. Sorry, Roshaw gets past her. Hilton with a deflection. Back out. It's Hyatt. Johnston kicks it away. And a flick shot looking to get into the goal, but it goes wide right and out of play on the back line.
Wide right, and the time continuing to dwindle. 2 minutes left here and a 2-goal lead for the Cardinals, so be a goal a minute for the Longwood Lancers, playing some very aggressive offense here, obviously playing desperate here, trying to get any sort of comeback. We've mentioned that the last 2 matches between these two teams have ended in a 3-2 score, and we'll see if they can get a little bit of a quick goal here and maybe force it to that margin.
Jenna Wickoff, ball gets away from her on the far side. Under 2 to play now, 1:45 left. Francois scoops it up, and it's sent on the far side, intended for Wickoff, but a free hit awarded to the Cardinals. Goes back behind. Now it's Granny. She has Roshaw. Roshaw intended for Detizio. Detizio gets past her. What a beautiful effort on the near side of the field. Detizio tried to get it back, as looked like Ball State kind of lost it right on the edge of the shooting circle, but nonetheless, Longwood a free hit. With 1 minute left, Ball State a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, it was just filthy there from Detizio, the Westchester, Pennsylvania native, and just showing her skills right there here towards the end of the game, and just more importantly, keeping the time of possession going for Ball State.
The clock ticking. We are now in double digits. Under 50 to play. Ball State with possession. Scoop shot, just trying to avoid any disastrous plays. It's at the 50 now for Longwood. Waddle has possession, taken away by Nadine Lopes. Lopes moving from right to left with the defender on her right. Has McGow. Now McGow back over towards Lopes. Lopes on the end line. Double team. 20 seconds left.
First time we've seen Mago today. We also saw Paloma Gomez-Renjifo check in for the last 50 seconds here to just force a stop and force a W.
Absolutely. 15 seconds left on the near side. Longwood working. It would take a miracle indeed. Hilton with the takeaway. 10 seconds left. Emma Hilton, she just has to keep it away. Just play, keep away on that far right corner on the near side. 3, 2, whistle blown, and that is your ball game. The Ball State Cardinals pick up their first home victory of 2024 and their second win of the season. Their first MAC win since September of last year. The Cardinals win 3-1 over the Lancers.
And their first win here at Browner Sports Complex since that upset victory against Big Ten foe in Indiana. What a huge win here. What a performance from Hannah Johnson. I'd like to give a formal apology for jinxing the shutout, but just an unbelievable game from this Ball State defense. I mean, you go back to that third quarter, they didn't allow a shot on goal. I mean, that's a part of the game where, I mean, Longwood gets some momentum. Obviously, Ball State got a goal in that period where you could come out of halftime and you could just be like, we're up 2-0 and just kind of try and coast through the rest of the game. Ball State did not do that. You like to say, pedal to the metal for a full 60, and that was the best all-around effort we've seen from the Cardinals all season, and just some really good stuff here as the Cardinals get to celebrate.
Absolutely. It is going to be quite the celebration for Ball State. But the question is, Sam, who was your player of the game for the Cardinals? I know there's a lot of options.
It's tough because, I mean, it was just such a great all-around performance. I mean, everyone got involved. I mean, offensively, defensively, I mean, Maddie Summit, Jenna Wickoff, obviously Paloma Gomez-Renjifo and Emma Van Hall having huge games. But I'm going to give my player of the game on the defensive end, Nadia Bradell. She was incredible today. I just enjoyed watching her on the defensive end, and anytime they tried going to her side on that right side of the defensive play, there was nothing doing right there. I mean, had a couple plays where it looked like something was going to get going, and then Bradell would just put a quick stop to it and abruptly end any rush that Longwood wanted just to have, and it was a great performance from Bradell. I mean, hard to choose just one player. Roen, who do you have?
Oh, man. No comment.
No.
No. I'll keep it simple. I'm going to go with Emma Van Hall. just that first penalty stroke to start the game, that just shifted
guarded the
everything.
momentum.
Yeah, it shifted everything, honestly. And honestly, if you're a Cardinals fan, you should be very happy with your team's performance. It should have been 3-0, but then this guy
Sorry,
here,
guys.
the classic announcer's curse.
Well, this is something that other than the announcer's curse, I mean, this is the Ball State team that was averaging coming into this game just a goal a game. And they put up 3 on the stat sheet today. It was a great game from Caitlin Walsh and her squad. I mean, had them coming in prepared, ready to go. And, I mean, this is a Longwood team that beat them in a heartbreaker last year. And, this Ball State team wanted revenge. And the home team has won the last 3 in this rivalry and now is 10-6 in favor of Longwood all time.
Yeah, and Ball State, I mean, you got to enjoy this home win as they now clap in front of the home fans. And, you just have to... I mean, there's kind of a sour taste in your mouth. It's bittersweet because obviously you get a home win, but you're not going to be back at home until October 22nd when they take on UC Davis. Their next game will be next Friday on the road at Central Michigan. And then after that, a couple days after, they have another opportunity against a Big Ten opponent in Michigan. Then they go on the road against App State. I mean, just so many road games. For Ball State, they truly have been road warriors all year.
And for Longwood on the other end, don't get me wrong, it's not going to be as Ball State gets to celebrate. They get a nice week off, and it's well-deserved, and everyone's happy, everyone's rested, and they're going to be all ready to go for a match against Central Michigan. It could be very winnable for them. As for Longwood, it's a long drive back home, and they got to be back by Sunday because they got a home game against LaSalle. I mean, LaSalle's a really good team that we've seen some things from them. They played St. Louis and beat them earlier in the year. That game was just nuts.
Oh, yeah, that was insane. And also considering the fact that Ball State did beat St. Louis, so you see the common opponents there. But really, for Ball State, this is just, honestly, would you say this might, other than, I mean, St. Louis was an incredible performance. That was an overtime win. Would you say this is the best performance from these Cardinals all year?
Yes, I would say, I mean, they were so much better defensively in this game than they were against St. Louis. They did everything right. I mean, they limited the shots of Longwood, and I mean, it really should have been 3-0. I mean, the stat sheet made it look like a lot. The scoreboard at least made it look like a lot closer of a game than it was. But if you look at the time of possession, you look at the shots, you will see who truly dominated the game, and there's the Ball State Cardinals, and the scoreboard kind of reflects that as well.
It indeed does. A 3-1 victory for the Ball State Cardinals. And Sam, anything left to say before we sign off?
It's a good game for the Cardinals, and hopefully they can continue to keep this momentum going in MAC play for the rest of the year and start it off with the big game at Central Michigan next week.
Indeed, Ball State, the last time they did play Central Michigan, it was actually their last MAC victory up until this point, getting a 3-1 victory over Longwood. I'm Roen Elbert, signing off, and go Cards.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.